What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach T with Chicago Bears 360, back with another live show for y'all today. Today is Tuesday, coming off that heartbreaking defeat in Cleveland on Sunday. That's right, the Bears drop a heartbreaker versus the Cleveland Browns on Sunday in another epic meltdown, 17-14, where the defense showed flashes yet again. The offense once again inept. We're going to talk about that and so much more. Y'all know what today is. It's Tuesday because we're breaking down the film. Y'all know what's next. Let's go. Cue the intro, maestro. Let's go. Contra.
Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence. On the road to them Benjis, I fill my teeth with diamonds. I'm high as fuck in the sky, you would've thought I'm pilot. I'm from Chicago, it get ugly, fill the streets with violence. Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence.
Past, present, future. We bear down.
And just like that, we're back. It's Coach T with Chicago Bears 360. Thanks for joining us for another live show. Do me a favor as you come in on the comments section. Let's run those likes up, man. Let's get it popping in the chat. Y'all know how I go down, man. The next segment, man, we got to give a shout out to all the field soldiers. All the field soldiers to y'all, bro. Shout out to y'all over to make it happen, man. So shout out to all the field soldiers. Thanks for joining the channel. Today is film day. That's right. All 22 Cleveland versus Chicago. We're gonna take a look at the offensive end today, of course, to see what happened, man. What happened? I was actually trying to enjoy the game for once, and it was a weird game for me, man, personally, because I was actually got lost in enjoying the game for once. So as the game was going on, I think I probably checked for personnel, maybe the first series or so. But after that, man, I'm like, all right, man, I'm just gonna try and enjoy the game today, not try to do any work, not try to be over analyzing the game while I'm watching the game. I'm just gonna take it in. So for the most part, I did. And just before halftime, I was thinking about my takes for the halftime show on Barroom Network. And then it forced me to think about work. And then during halftime, so if you caught that, I still was perplexed. I still didn't have answers other than we weren't being productive offensively, but at that time the defenses were playing well. And so, it is what it is. So today is about getting into what's up, you know what I'm saying? How we got here. And I don't have my stats up. I'm trying to pull them up real fast. The box score stats real fast. Hang on 1 second. Bears versus Browns. Box score. Sorry, I wanted to quote those stats for y'all because I think that has a lot to do with how we got there. You know what I'm saying? I had a few questions. When you look at the stats now, y'all know how I am about stats. I'm not a big fan of stats. Most cultures aren't big fans of stats, but you can look at the metrics, you can look at the stats and kind of try to investigate backwards how you got there. And one of the biggest stats that jumped out to me is Justin Fields 19 for 40 for 166 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. We know the two interceptions came at because of both end of the Hail Marys. I thought the NFL would have reviewed the film and took one of those off the board. But nonetheless, neither here nor there. 2 interceptions, 1 TD. But my question is, how do we get to 40 passes in a game like this versus a big opponent? Like from the game plan, looking from the game plan down, like dissecting this thing from the game plan down. How do we get to a game against a high caliber defense where, you know what I'm saying, the quarterback throws for 30, 40 throws, right? I wouldn't have guessed we would have had 30 throws going to the game. It's probably been about 20, 25 or so, about 30, 35 rushes. That's my first initial indicator as to, what to look for in the game plan. That's not necessarily the game plan I thought we would probably go into it with. I thought we'd probably be ball control, run the ball. You guys know what I always say. Out of 12, 13 plus personnel, just have a grounded out game. You know what I'm saying? The game was in the weather. It was wet and cold. They're in Cleveland. So a lot of things to take into consideration when we dissect this film. But I had a chance to start looking at it earlier, didn't get all the way through it. So you guys are gonna get the live reactions through the show. So we're gonna knock out the offense today. Probably get into the defense on Thursday and see how we come out. But y'all let me know how y'all feeling after a few days have passed off of that meltdown. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling in the chat about the state of the Bears. You know what I'm saying? I don't think overall, holistically, I don't think we got any surprises in terms of the level of maturity of this football team. Still a young football team in the sense of, yeah, we're 15 weeks into the season, but they still have growing up to do, man. They got growing up to do to be able to get themselves over the hump. And I'm not just talking about the players, I'm talking about the coaches as well. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're probably going to focus a great bit during this show. Hatfield's cricket to me. The great deal on this show on the offensive coordinator. I'm gonna try not to be um extra critical, but because I thought there were some good things, and it might have been that call. I think there might have been some breaking block downs up front with the offensive line. There were some missed throws, and I say missed throws. I'm saying missed throws. Usually we don't hear about accuracy issues with Justin, but early on I saw a couple missed throws, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was a rain game, rain and cold, so I wouldn't have expected to see the ball in the air so much during this game. It wasn't a heavy rain. I don't think I wasn't there, not this time, but a lot of elements I thought that went in the game. That's why it kind of left me perplexed because um I just didn't. I just, for the first half, I really just didn't have a feel for this game. If I can admit to that myself. So I'm anxious to get into this field work. Let me know how y'all feeling about the game a couple days later, and then we'll catch up with that in the chat to see how you guys feel about that. So we'll get into it, and we'll talk about it. By the way, I want to let you guys know. Monday, I was a little bit bored waiting on the All 22 NFL All 22 to upload for this game. And so I started my breakdown on Caleb Williams. I was going to wait till the end of the season, but there's so much talk about Caleb Williams and these quarterbacks. I wanted to do a review of the film myself. I had watched a little bit of the Notre Dame game, a little bit of the Colorado game. Um, but I didn't watch entire games of Caleb Williams um, on purpose. I wanted to look at the film because the film is what's going to tell me everything I needed to know about the system he was in, about the quarterback itself, his mechanics, about his ability to read defenses, and so on and so forth. And I started that actual film work on Monday. So I'm going to continue that film work because I'm not just going to do Caleb Williams. I'm going to do Caleb Williams, Drake May. I'm probably going to do the Daniels kid out of LSU, the Heisman Trophy winner, Michael Penix Jr. from Washington by way of Indiana, by way of Tampa Tech High School in Hillsborough County, Tampa, Florida. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tech. Shout out to Coach Rob Burtz in Tampa Bay Tech. Shout out to you, my guy. Supposed to give me a job a few years back, buddy. Anyway, I don't feel no ways about that. I remember you, Jason. Anyway, it's my guy, man. My daughter graduated from that school. I think she went to school with Michael. So anyway, let's get into it, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about the game. We're gonna get into this film, and we're gonna do our thing, man. So for with no further ado, let me set this up because so we can go straight to it, man. Yeah, because I had to do some messing around in here earlier. Let's make sure the NFL is still cooperating with me. Um, like I said, I had to mess around earlier in here today, and it wasn't the prettiest thing. But either way, we got it for you. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to, what I'm saying, chime in and chat. Let me know what you're seeing. I'll let you know what I'm seeing as we play. Now, I want to do a little bit differently today because, like I said, this game was so odd for me. I really want to take my time because I think there was a lot of things going on in this game, and uh, a lot of kind of blame to go around. But I want to take a step back here, right? Before we do this, I want to set up this game, right? I want to set this up for you. I want you to take a look at something. Look at our possessions: punt, 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 touchdown, 2 plays, 9 yards. I mean, 2 yards, 9 plays. It took us 2 plays to go 9 yards. If nothing if it screams ineffective, that does. Punt, interception. That's before the half. Punt, touchdown. That is the pick six. That's not an offensive touchdown. Field goal. We produced a field goal in this game. Now I know the Cleveland Browns defense is good, but we produced a field goal. How good? How good is this defense? How good is Jim Schwartz at defensive coordinating? That's the thing, right? Um, and was Luke Getsy that much outmatched in this game versus Jim Schwartz in this defense that features, of course, Miles Garrett and Zadarius Smith up front, amongst others, right? More punts, turnover on downs, punt, 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 and then the interception at the end. I wanted to highlight that for you because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, before we got into the game, um, the overall lack of production, it didn't meet. It didn't feel like we were that unproductive during the game, if that makes sense. It didn't feel that way. That's why it was odd for me. So, like I said, that's why I'm anxious to get into this film. So here we go. First down. You all know I always call out the coverages first or the protections first. We're gonna start with the defense. I'm gonna call out the defense coverages. I'm gonna call out the fronts, the personnel, the protection, and then we'll talk about the actual individual play. That's how I look at football. That's how I try to look at it during the live broadcast. Sometimes you can't because you cut off the field, but this is what I'm paying attention to you for you today. This is for those that come in for learning purposes. Start out with the defense coverage. We're going to go to the personnel. We're going to go to the protection if it's a pass, and then we'll go to the actual play itself, what we're trying to do. So versus single high, guys pressed up, you know what I'm saying, man-to-man coverage. I expected whenever we saw this look during the game that Luke Getsy was going to take a shot or he's going to allow Justin to take a shot down the field, especially with Coach Eberflus emphasizing, you know what I'm saying, taking a shot, taking deep shots during the game. Now, I'll say this. From gun is not always the way you have to take shots. You can take shots either through the straight drop back or off a play action from under center. So I just want to throw that out there is, you know what I'm saying? It's an option you have. So we're going to go through it again. Single high safety, they're pressed up. I'm calling man coverage versus 11 personnel, 12 personnel in this situation right here. Mercedes Lewis, Cole Kmet, running back, one tight end, one back, 2 tight ends, 12 personnel versus press man. We motion in, we confirm it's man. The motion confirms it's man. It's a short motion, what I like to call a flea motion. Yeah, quick mesh right there. And then you got Justin taking a shot under pressure. I wanna take this back. I know you never get, it's the NFL. You never get really clean shots right here. But here it is. We got our bro Darnell Wright, our rookie right tackle, slipping in the weather, slipping on the grass. Yeah. And a little pressure on Justin Fields. Otherwise, I feel like this ball should have been to the inside, right on the numbers. That's usually where you try and target it, or maybe sometimes to the outside. But nonetheless, incompletion. Here we go. 1st and 10. Now, 2nd and 10. Now, you're already behind on down and distance, right? You're already down in distance. I want you guys to start thinking like coordinators yourself. You're already down on down and distance. It's 2nd and 2. You going against one of the top defenses in the league, top defensive coordinators in the league. What are you doing? Running the pass. What are you doing? Are you going to run it or are you going to pass it on 2nd and 10? Right? If you're going to pass it, what kind of pass you're going to throw? What do you want? Do you want something short? Do you want something try and go deep? You know what I'm saying? You want something intermediate, right? If you're going to run the ball, how do you suggest you run the ball? What do you think you should be doing right here? Because this talks to and it speaks to sequencing, right? Sequencing of plays, right? Run, pass, run. 1st down if you're going to pass. 2nd down if you're going to run. 3rd down if you're going to run or pass. What you gonna do in this situation? 2nd and 10. If it was me, I'm definitely running, right? But how you run matters in this offense, right? I'm definitely not gonna run a static play. And by static play I mean it's not gonna be a play where I line up and just run a play. I'm gonna run some motion and I'm gonna get into my play that way because I don't want to give the defense a read on what I'm doing. I want them to have to make last minute adjustments to whatever formation I run out on the field. So I'm not going to run a static play. I'm going to line up in the play. I'm going to do a shift or a motion to make you have to adjust to the formation and shift the strength of your defense at the last minute in hopes to get you out of a gap, so I can break one. What do we do here? 2nd and 10. Some mix up about the play. And we just run a toss sweep to the outside for a negative gain. Right? Now, let me say this. Before everybody starts coming down the loop Getsy, which I'm going to do plenty of during the show. Trust me. But I'll say this about that play. Against this defense, I did say this at halftime during the halftime show. Against this particular defense, I don't know if I go with those short sweeps, right? If we if we go back, right? You can go with the sweep here, but how you go to the sweep matters, right? So let me pause this. Sorry. Boom. How you sweep it matters, right? So I thought against this defense coming in the game, yeah, you're supposed to run sweeps to get to the perimeter, but I would prefer to us do the big sweep. The big toss sweep to the outside on the perimeter, not the quick toss. And they run in this quick toss like a zone play, outside zone, to allow the running back to give more read in the situation. No, I'm going with the big toss to the outside. With the big toss to the outside so I can get these guys up here running. I want to get their legs tired. So I'm either going to run a stretch play or I'm going to run an outside zone handoff because early on in the games, you got to get these. You're going up against a great defensive line. You either got to run their legs tired by running big tosses, stretches, outside zone, or you have to go tempo. So that's your other option in the situation. But we go with the quick toss. Maybe they were trying to get to the outside. Maybe not. I don't know, but I'm just throwing it out there as an option. So now we come back. 3rd and 13, not ideal for this young offense. Not ideal versus this defense for the young tackle guys. Darius Smith versus here. You got Myles Garrett right there. It's not ideal. So what are you thinking? I'm thinking pass, screen, draw. Obviously, the pass on 3rd and 10. But how do you want to pass the ball? How do you want to attack it? What coverage do we have? Looks like some kind of quarters, halves. So like cover 6, right? How do you attack cover 6? You can attack it a number of ways, right? You can attack it by going directly at this side of the field. You understand you're gonna have half back here, so he's gonna have that covered, right? So it's basically they have, I don't know who this is, probably DJ. They got DJ doubled up on a half man read So I'm trying to attack over here on this side of the field versus the man side. That's where I would try to throw the ball pre-snap. Looking at this play, I don't remember what happened. Let's see what we did. Let's see how it came out. Got the quick motion right there. Boom. Justin on his back foot. On his back foot. He dumps it down to Cole. I don't know if he doesn't. I don't know, and I'm being extra critical right here. I don't know if he waits a look. Wait, see, here's the thing. Here's the catch-22 of holds the ball, right? Here's the catch-22 of holds the ball. He's already hit his back foot. You want the routes to be already breaking, right? If anything's down the field, and I want to take this back because I want to show y'all something, right? Perfectly timed route. Watch this. I'm gonna stop it when he hits his back foot. Somebody wants to call me right now. Sorry. I'm gonna stop it when he hits his back foot. Right there. He's hitting his back foot. Boom. So ideally, you want this route to be breaking when he hits his back foot. Ideally, right? And this is where knowing the playbook, having familiarity. Come on, Dad. Having better sequencing and familiarity with the playbook helps you out in this situation. I don't know what it is, man. Everybody wants to call me during the show all the time, every week. So what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So he hit his back foot. You want the ball to be coming out when you hit your back foot. But also, this is what I'm telling you guys that like to harp on hold the ball. What is the routes doing when he hits the back foot? You want the ball to come out quick? Are the routes already breaking or no? Right? Now, this is a little bit different situation because we're in 3rd and 10. So if it was 3rd and 13, if we're at 3rd and 10, then these routes would be already breaking. But because we're 3rd and 13, these guys are probably having to run a little bit longer. And Justin has to know, hey, they're going a little bit longer. So I may have to hold the ball a little bit longer because it's 3rd and 13. And maybe, just maybe, you get this in-breaking route right here to DJ if he holds the ball. But we don't want him to hold the ball, do we or don't we? I get confused sometimes. Like, I don't know. 3rd and 13, maybe if he holds the ball, according to some of y'all, maybe he gets this in-breaking route to DJ. But this is definitely the side I would have went to, right? But he completes the check down to Cole. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I'm going to the next series before somebody else calls me. Boom. Boom. It's another punt. I'm going to speed this up. Here we go. Single high safety. These guys are playing off. I'm thinking cover 3 zone, right? We got an 8-man box. That's the whole purpose of 8-man boxes, to load the box, to stop our run. We had a reputation for being able to run the ball. Here it again. We in this one tight end, one back. We got a 21 personnel. This is what confused me about the game because the personnel is right. Pistol formation is right. But what am I doing on this play call versus an 8-man box against this good defense? What am I doing against this team right here? You should have the option to both run and pass the ball right here. But you have to decide what you're going to try to do. What is our strategy? Are we going to run it into an 8-man box, or are we going to check out of it and try to throw it? Because, hey, this is a pretty good defense and the box is crowded, right? Now, if you're going to run into a box, I'm not running directly into it. Again, I'm going off tackle, toss, and I'm definitely running away from the numbers. So if you count the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to this side of the line of scrimmage, 1, 2, 3, 4. To that side, this guy seems like he's leaning a little bit more this way. So if you have the numbers on this side, see what your running back is, then I don't know. Maybe you shift them to this side, check it, check it, shift them to this side, and run it to the other side because this guy is leaning this way. He's leaning towards the left, to your right, towards the left. So you can it, check it, audible, and you run it back to against the numbers. What do? We run it right into the numbers. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You might be saying, Coach T, that's a lot. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot for you to put in. Guess what? It's the coordinator's responsibility in that situation on that play. You got to have all that in. Just like they asked Luke in the press room last week. Hey, when you ran that fake tush push play the other day, you didn't have a check called on for that in case you didn't get the alignment you want. He said, I didn't prepare him. You have to have you got to have a plan for everything as a coordinator. Hey, we're going to come up in this pistol look, blah, blah, blah. We're going to come up to the line of scrimmage, count the numbers. If we don't get what we want, let's shift the full back to this side, and let's run it the opposite way. I call that mirror. That's a mirror call in my offense. So, you know what I'm saying? And the quarterback, depending on the maturity of the quarterback, you know what I'm saying? The quarterback may have the okay to mirror a call, meaning you can flip. You know what a mirror does when you look at it, right? It flips the image. So you give it a mirror call, can. Mirror only means you flip the formation, meaning this guy's probably going to come over here. The fullback's going to come over here. We're going to run the play the opposite way. I just wanted to point that out. All right. We got 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7, single high safety. They gave us a lot of single high safety all night long. What are you guys doing right here? 2nd and 7. You got 3 yards, which is positive on the first down. Remember, if you get 3 plus 3 equals 6, you get the 3rd and 4. That's pretty good down and distance what you work with. So what are you guys doing on this 2nd and 7 call? Are you running out of this formation? Are you passing out of this formation? Because sequencing matters. Run, pass, run, play action, pass. What are you doing on a down and distance matters, right? So what are you guys doing on 2nd and 7? You got 3 positive yards versus an 8-man box. Now you come up here. Now they got a 7-man box, right? Against this formation. You got all these bodies in here. What are you doing? You running or passing on the 2nd and 7? Let's see what they do. Boom. Quick split zone inside. Fall forward for another 3 yards. And I want y'all to pay attention to this sequence. Listen, this is how you have to do to get yourself in good down and distance, right? 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, where it's not 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7 plus, because that's pretty much impossible in the NFL, right? But 3rd and 3, you get yourself 3 yards on first down, 3 yards on 2nd down. Now you're in 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. Now you can play ball. Now the question is, 3rd and 5, what are you guys doing on 3rd and 5? Obviously passing down, but if it was 3rd and 4, you would play around with it a little bit. But 3rd and 5, obviously passing down. These guys finna get busy. This D lineman, they know passing down. I'm finna get my pass rush off, trying to get my sack numbers up, blah, blah, blah. But what kind of route combination are you guys running on this 3rd and 5 play? Are you having go routes, or are you just trying to get the first down to get to the chains and keep the chains moving? What are you trying to do? Got single high safety, man pressed up, obviously man coverage. What are you doing right here? You get man coverage. Me, personally, I'm going to have a combination of a guy trying to get to the chain. So me, personally, I'm probably going to run what they call a flag concept. I'm going to have a guy go 9 route, this guy go to out route, or I'm going to have this guy do a 9 route, and this guy do the inside route or a slant inside. Let's see what they do. We got motion, man coverage, and we take a shot, right? We take a shot and miss to Mooney. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know how to judge that because it's a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious a miss. A miss is a miss. You can't get around it. You know what I'm saying? A miss is a miss. You got to be able to throw the ball accurately in the rain. You got to leave it short. You got to come up with those plays somehow. But I think it's the right overall call. Pass is the right obvious overall call. Let me go back one, man. Let me go back. Because let me say, I didn't say this. Did I agree with the concept? Let's say if we agree, pass incomplete. Let's see if I agree with the concept. We took a shot, but let's look at the whole concept. Sorry about that. I want to take a step back. Just had a thought. All right, boom. We here. We got a guy in motion, Scott, coming across the formation. Scott maybe was the short route or the hot route. This guy does a little quick hitch up. You got a hitch in the 9 route. I like the concept, Luke. So you got a short route and a deep route. He went with the short route with DJ and a deep route here versus Newsom trying to get him an easy one right there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the route concept. I can't fault him for the combination. He had a short route on. It didn't work out. It is what it is, man. You miss it. You got to make those. Here we go. Third drive. Here we go. Single high safety again. What are they in primary? They didn't show you who they are. This is the third series. They didn't show you what they're going to do, how they're going to try and attack you. They're going to give you single high safety. They're going to play man coverage. They're going to play cover 3. They're going to play quarter, half, cover 6, and try to double up DJ on the backside when y'all put him on the backside. So cover 6 when we split DJ out by itself, right? They're not going to let DJ beat him, but otherwise they're going to be a cover 3 or a man coverage versus 1, 2, 2 tight ends, 12 personnel. Let's go. 1st and 10, what are you doing? Running the passing. Quick hitch out, easy yards, easy money sniper. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Get you positive yards. Now, I want to say this. If you're going to throw the ball on first down, this is how you do it. This is how you do it, Luke. I don't have problems with this at all. But also keep in mind, we're still in the script. Easy completion, right? So we're still within the first 15 plays of Luke's script. Do you have a problem with the script so far? Do you have a problem with the script so far? Let me know in the chat. Do you have a problem with the script so far? Right now, I would say first drive, yeah. The second 2 drives were okay, right? The second 2 drives are okay. This is the final drive of the script. Let's see how he does it. The first play of the script is looking good. The second play of the script, well, that's that, folks. But let's see how they set this up. The second play of the script was a good play. It was a good play call, poor execution. Good play call, poor execution. What we got right here? We got 12 personnel. And a lot of people ask me, why isn't Cole Kmet running this route? Or why isn't a wide receiver running this route? Well, guess what? Everybody expects a wide receiver to be running this route. You know what I'm saying? You got 12 personnel, and you got Robert Tonyan matched up against a linebacker. You're expecting your H wide receiver, which is your supposed to be your pass catching tight end. Your pass catching tight end to be able to be faster and better hands matched up the linebacker. So did Luke get what he wanted in this matchup? Absolutely. 9 times out of 10, if it's Cole running this route, Cole may get the same linebacker matchup, or Cole may draw a safety. This is the reason why you go 12 personnel. You're trying to create mismatches with these guys too. You got the matchup you wanted. You got your faster tight end, supposedly, and your better pass catching tight end, your ace tight end, versus a linebacker. Like I said, Cole either gets a linebacker, either gets a linebacker or safety. And I'm pretty sure on this play we got Cole helping with the pass protection. Let's run it. We got motion, so they know it's man. Cole in pass pro. Pause it right there. Cole's in pass pro. Now, Cole's in pass pro. Imagine in 12 personnel if Cole switches off and they have Tonyan blocking Myles Garrett instead of Cole Kmet. The only thing I would say that may be done different, being critical of it, is you have Mercedes Lewis doing this and you have Cole running a route. But I don't know if Cole is fast as Robert Tonyan. I really don't. So you run this route right here. DJ's drawing double coverage, of course, and you get Tonyan matched up man-to-man versus linebacker deep. and he just wets the bed on it. That's only no other way to explain it. So, am I liking the sequence of plays of the first 15 scripts? It's 50-50 right now because I like the second and third drives. I didn't like, I mean, I like the second and third. This is the third drive. I like the middle drive. I like the second drive. I didn't like the first one, and I like this one. So I like this one so far. We're not all the way through it. We're not all the way through it. Okay, we get through. My numbers are getting all mixed up. All right, we through the third drive. I'm thinking we're on the fourth drive. Now again, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. You just took a shot. 3rd and 2. You just took a shot, and you have 3rd and 2, Luke. You have the opportunity just to move the chains. What are you guys doing in the chat? Because now in this situation, in 3rd and 2, you just took a shot. You have both pass and run available to you. I'm not mad at Luke if he runs this ball right here, but I'm getting under center, and I'm gonna make sure that you're worried about the run and the pass at the same time. Not in gun where you get to think, oh, they're gonna throw the ball and the linebacker's gonna play back and off. I'm getting under center and I'm gonna threaten to run, even though I may not run it. 3rd and 2, you gotta get this, man. You gotta get this. You gotta get this. I can't say it enough. Emphasize. You gotta get this. And so, what do you guys think? Do you think it's gonna be a shot play after we just took a shot, or do you think it's gonna be a something short? The play action is pretty much out of the window. They can do the little mesh out of the gun, but nobody honors that little mesh. I don't know why people do it in football. Nobody honors that. Like, I don't know why we do it, especially on 3rd downs like this right here. So, what do you guys think we're going to do, or we should do right here on 3rd and 2? I'm going to say it should be something quick hitting, right? You got this guy playing off, even though it's man coverage. I'm probably going to do like a mesh concept where I'm crossing. I got crossers, or if you're going to do trips over here, I might have 2 guys running slant and this guy running out to the chains. Like, I'm doing something quick, easy, just to get the ball out of his hands. Boom. Move the chains. What do we do? We take back-to-back shots. We could have had it right there. We could have had it, but the throw was just a little bit off. I'm just saying, take the easy play, move the chains, and get yourself another down. That's my criticism there. I don't care about the shot. Now, did we have a shot play call on? I don't know. Did we have a shot in there? Did we have a short receiver? Did I overlook it? Did we lock in on DJ here? You got your tight end helping with pass pro. See what I'm saying? Where are the 2-yard routes? You only need 2 yards. You only need 2 yards. Where's the guy breaking? Where's the guy breaking right around here? We're running 10-yard routes and we need 2. At least break at 5 or 7. This could have been a deep comeback. It's man coverage or cover 3. A deep comeback route. You got all this area to work with, right? Look at the safety. The safety ain't broke. Listen, you still deep comeback here. I'm pausing it right where the safety, before the safety breaks, before the middle safety breaks. Boom. Before he breaks right here, he's breaking on Justin's windup. You still got to work. You got all this room to work out here. You got this guy coming inside. Work out here. Work out here. You don't need 15, 20 yards on 3rd and 2. What? That's the crap that ticks me off. That's the stuff that gets me hyped up right there. Because you don't need it right there. So, out of the script, do I like the script? Out of the script, how many sequences do I like play sweep? I like one of them. I like the middle one. The second and third one, I like the shot, but I didn't like that play right there. Ruined it all for me because you could have moved the chains right there. You could have moved the chains. So we just got through the script. I'm going to come back to y'all, see what y'all talking about in the chat. Let me know. Coach T, you being too hard. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm here for it all. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. We're gonna get down to the DMs, let you know how it's going and all the other stuff. Get to it. Boom. Do me a favor though. Let's run them likes up. Boom. Let's run the locks up. Let's get it popping. Let's go to the DM section. Let me know what y'all thinking. I like the first sequence. No, not the first one. The second one was okay. I didn't like that last one
Did you get like some
because
crazy DMs or what?
Very.
Surprises or no?
It's talking like blue check marks.
Yeah, like
People who be sliding and I'm like, wow, y'all fuck with me like that.
like I said, I like the first sequence. Run those likes up. We got 22 in the chat. I like the first sequence. I didn't like the first sequence. I like the second one. And because of that last play, it's a no for me on the third. The script was you know what I'm saying? Probably unless she likes Fields. What is going on? What is going on? What's going on? What y'all who likes Fields? The problem is if let's see, Dr. Shu said the problem is if the Bears hire new head coach, Fields will most likely be gone. Oh, y'all back with the classic banter. Yeah, we'll get into that, man. Let's get into that a little bit. I told y'all. I saw the film. I'm not telling y'all what I saw yet. I'm gonna break it down on a show. But I saw the film, and I think this is what I had a conversation with somebody about because I'm not gonna pull it up. I saw the whole Lawrence Holmes and Dan Weeder conversation on 670 Score. Somebody sent me the clip. And here's the thing, right? I realized something after Dan's explanation at the end. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me see something. Let me pull it up for y'all. Cause I gotta bring y'all in on something. I gotta bring y'all in on. I hate when I do the show and I think of something after the show that probably could have added to the context of the conversation. But I wanna add this little rant, if you will, to the conversation. Hopefully y'all can hear this. Let me go to share screen. Share screen. Let me know if y'all can hear the audio on this or not. Right? This is gonna be critical, right? This is common with people. Hey, Holmes and Burns. Dan Weir to let y'all know. This is Dan Weir his PTSD related to this argument. Because they have PTSD scar. They take up this year. Listen to Dan Weir. Listen to Dan Weir on it.
You know, we're 3 years into this. We were here at the end of 2019 with Mitch, with the previous regime and a previous quarterback, and it was like if that regime had the luxury of having a first-round pick, they would have pivoted in a heartbeat. Instead, they did the whole dance with Nick Foles coming in and having the competition in the COVID-shortened training camp, and they didn't have the resources that this group is going to have to address something that hasn't allowed them to reach the levels of success that they should have had by now.
I think that
I wanted to play that. Did y'all hear that in the comments? Let me know if y'all heard that in the comment. I want to know if y'all actually heard the audio on there. All right, did y'all hear the audio? Okay, good. I want to be sure y'all heard the audio because I want to have a conversation, a small. Maybe I didn't mean to have a conversation about it now, but I want to have a conversation about that conversation that they had, and not so much going in on Dan Weirder. Not going so much in on Dan Weirder. I'm gonna get back to him. But about the conversation itself about the quarterback situation. What I've noticed in trying to understand the psychology of the people who take up either side of the conversation. This is just an observation. I already let you guys know how I feel about the 40% that's anti-Fields, right? And I'll sum that up in Cliff Notes. I really believe the 40% are attached to a style of quarterback play. They prefer a traditional pocket style quarterback, and they haven't been exposed to true dual threat quarterbacks in the NFL. There's not a whole lot of dual threat quarterbacks in NFL. And I'm going to put up a graphic. Now, I have this graphic up to show you the primary teams that actually run a RPO style offense, predominantly to the RPO style offense. These teams to your far right are your heavy RPO teams, right? And if you really think about it, they have quarterbacks that suit that system. And so, yes, you want to run an RPO style offense because you have a dual threat quarterback. Where's the Chicago Bears in this picture? Like, so the point I was making about the 40%, the point I was making about the 40% as it pertains to that conversation, there hasn't been a lot of exposure to true RPO styles quarterbacks. Barely Mo asked a great question. Are they true RPOs though? Great question. Because as we've seen plenty of times throughout watching NFL games, what people are calling RPOs, they don't know. But let's make the assumption, because I do it with these graphics for a living in my day job, right? So when you pull up graphics, you absolutely have to call out the assumptions, right? And the assertions, right? So the assumption is they really know what an RPO is. That's the assumption. But let's go with the assumption that the people that took up the graphics know what an RPO is. Nonetheless, it's still less than the majority of offenses run heavy RPO style offenses, which this is going to have a play into my Caleb Williams take on the tape that I saw. It's going to have a part in the piece, and I'm giving you a hint. If you tie in what I'm saying all together, this is going to be heavy part of the conversation when I break down the tape on Caleb Williams and give you my take on Justin Fields versus Caleb Williams based off of the tape, based off of the film. I'm not going to do that yet. We got 3 more leagues left in the system, in the season, and I'm going to hold that information hostage for a show. Boo, Coach T. You holding it hostage? Yes, I'm going to hold it hostage for a show. I will say this about the 40%. You're not used to RPO, true RPO style quarterbacks. Even if the system is not true RPO, you're not can't talk. You're not accustomed to dual threat quarterbacks invading the NFL, and that's starting to happen more often than not. We have a preference for quarterback, an implicit bias, if you will, because our paradigm has shaped what we expect the right way to play quarterback is. We're not exposed to anything else, and therefore we don't know, right? We don't know. If you watch college football, you will see a lot of the offenses are heavy RPO style offense that don't require the quarterback to make reads. I mean, defensive full field reads at a high clip. At a high clip. A lot of the offenses don't require the quarterback to make full field, what I call NFL or pro style reads throughout it. Now, going back to the weirder Lawrence Holmes conversation and the clip. Going back to that clip. What I found out, the other second part of my second take on the 40%, not only do they have implicit bias towards pocket style quarterbacks based on the fact that we've never seen a whole lot of them in the NFL. I mean, implicit bias towards pocket style quarterbacks or against dual threat quarterbacks because we've not seen them in the NFL. Not only do that, a lot of them suffer from FOMO. It shows up in the form of anxiety, PTSD, quarterback PTSD, because Chicago fans have had to endure quarterback mishandling year after year after year for multiple decades. And you mix that with the FOMO, the fear of missing out on Caleb Williams, and you have responses like this right here. You have responses because guess what? This little rant by Dan Weeder had nothing to do with the question, that Lawrence Holm asked him about Luke Getsy, right? It had nothing to do with it. And when people, the old folks I grew up with used to say, have a saying, if you talk long, you talk wrong, right? And so once Dan realizes he was cornered in this conversation by Lawrence Holm, he spews out. He basically gets triggered and he spills out his true emotions about the situation. And he pretty much tells on himself right here with this statement right here. It's pure FOMO. And I'm gonna let y'all hear it again because I feel like it's the correct diagnosis of a lot of people dealing with this situation.
It's because they have PTSD. It's hard.
I'm not trying.
They take up these. How he ends it.
Hasn't made it. You know, we're 3 years into this. We were here at the end of 2019 with Mitch, with the previous regime and a previous quarterback, and it was like if that regime had the luxury of having a first-round pick, they would have pivoted in a heartbeat. Instead, they did the whole dance with Nick Foles coming in and having the competition in the COVID-shortened training camp, and they didn't have the resources that this group is going to have to address something that hasn't allowed them to reach the levels of success that they should have had by now.
I think that
I got a question for Dan. I got a question for Dan. Hold on a second. Let me cut my audio off. I got a question for Dan. And I'm going to skip the sequencing of the show. I got a question for Dan Weeder. Because I know y'all jokers be watching our shows. Y'all act like y'all don't pay attention to Bears DIY media, right? But I know y'all be watching all these shows going on here. You know what I'm saying? And I've caught and I picked up on little hints of takes. Let's put it this way. Sometimes when I watch the major outlets, if you will, I'll pick up on little hints of, you know what I'm saying, things that they probably taken for some of the smaller channels, if you will, some of the smaller networks or YouTube channels and stuff like that. Because I'm like, bro, y'all not doing film work like that. Y'all not doing breakdowns like that. Y'all not doing work like that. A lot of these guys are taking and watching the guys that's doing the work, and they'll pick up the stuff. But anyway, my challenge with Weirder is this. Bro, if you don't know the assumption that the next guy is just that much better off a hearsay, it's not a good take. It's just not a good take. And I'll leave it at that, right? I'll get back to Weirder. I just had a rant right there, and it wasn't a big rant. It wasn't a major rant, but I wanted to say that because I just found that the beat really annoyed me more so than Luke Getsy this week. The beat's response to Sunday's game to me was worse than the results of the game itself. And I'm talking particularly Dan Witter and not this time, but last time. You guys know the conversation of Bragg Biggs about RPOs. Like, come on, guys. And these guys have such large platforms and voices with the fan base. And so FOMO is contagious. Stop being weird, man. I'm sorry. Dr. True said, Getsy is actually the most important piece because almost no QB can handle 3 OCs in 4 years. Goat post, man. Where's the sound for this post? I need a sound. I need a sound for this. I need a sound for this post. I'm gonna try and improvise.
We will be perfect.
There you go. I'm gonna improvise. I made that just for you, Dr. Truth. Because that's what that post is. That's what it is. It's hold on. I'm improvising just for you, buddy. I need to make you just made me find a sound for the show, applause or something. Because we gotta do something.
You
Go tweet right there. Go post. There you go. I'm trying to come up with something. Improvise. Y'all know what I'm trying to do. All right, cool. Great post, man. It's the most important piece, man. That's the only thing I try. People that come and I don't, the other part of the conversation I don't understand. I don't understand the people that say a quarterback should be able to overcome the personnel limitations and the OC or the coaching. How do you overcome not having weapons or having a less than optimal group of weapons and the OC? I understand if you don't have all the weapons you need, but if you don't have an offensive coordinator at the same time, how do you overcome both of those? Because if anything this game taught us, it should be this about Cleveland. If the game taught us anything, look at Kevin Stefanski, people. Look at Kevin Stefanski. Most of his salary was out injured this week, right? Down players everywhere. Both tackles is out. The dude won the game through his play calling. Did his play calling seem out of sync, out of whack, all over the place? He does things that make sense. He didn't have all his people. This dude has every excuse. He went and got a guy off the couch, plugged him into the system. Great offensive coordinators are great teachers and communicators, able to teach the concepts and make the players understand the why of why you're doing this route. This makes sense. You have to do this in this situation. And if you get this coverage, you bend the route off over here, or you break the route off over there. They're able to take you beyond the core concepts, the theory, and teach you how to improvise the correct way. Kevin Stefanski did that. He showed us this week. Both coordinators for Cleveland did. That part I don't understand in the conversation. I don't understand how you can say, all right, he has to overcome both. That's crazy to me, bro. That's crazy talk. It doesn't meet like logically. It doesn't match up. I'm gonna give you, Brian. You get Dr. Shu. You get another one, man. You get another one for that. Brian said this loss was worse than the double doink. Whew. That was a hot take Tuesday. I don't think it was bad. Most of us didn't expect a win versus the Browns. The Packers lost to me was worse in week 1. Okay. My guy, shout out to Bear Media Co. I'm gonna get through these. My guy, Starkey. I gotta get used to calling you out Starkey because you switched it up on me. Like the drops, the poor blocks, and I guess he going brain dead, trying to sit on the lead with 5 minutes left to go, with 3 minutes killed us. I mean, it sounds familiar, man. It sounds familiar. And guys, I want y'all to understand this about me. I'm not trying to look on the film and look for things to harp on Getsy, right? This is why comments like Dan made kind of irk me the most, right? Because, okay, for the people out there that don't break down film, that don't look at the all 22 and necessarily know what they're looking at, right? You have too many people that know what they look like, know what they're looking at, that are in agreement about what they're looking at. You have people that know ball that on Bears DIY Media, they may not have the best of relationships, right? They may not, I'm keeping it a buck with you. They may not have the best of relationships that don't even talk to each other. And the ones that know ball that don't even talk to each other or have a good relationship are saying the same thing. And because you have a bigger platform, quote unquote, or you belong to the institutionalized media, quote unquote, it's dismissive of anybody else that is not on the Times or whatever other publishing or publication in the city. That ticks me off. By the way, I can be in a room with you easily. I just want you to know that it's not that hard. What up, J2K, man? Shout out to you. Where goes one? Shout out to you. Who else in here? Of course, Bear Leesmo. You were late, Bear Leesmo. Well, you were 29 minutes. I see when you posted this comment. Yeah. Leesmo said, nah, coach, be more guessy. Be more gutsy. Try for 15 on 1st and 10. Yeah, man. Like, come on, man. Stop it. Stop it, Dan. Stop it, Dan weirdo. Oh, Luke Getsy is not some whatever name he used. He's not some, doofus or doop out here that don't know what he do. The dude don't know what he's doing. He don't know his job. He's incompetent. And he's trying to he's trying to defend him like, where's that energy for Justin Fields? When we're sitting here telling you that the dude don't know what he's doing. Are y'all buddying up in the room with the coaches? What are y'all doing? Are y'all compromising? Is your journalism compromised now because you buddying up with these guys? What is the deal? I'm serious on that. I'm serious. Because Lawrence asked him, he said, well, when I'm saying, hold on a second. The first time he's ever taken responsibility for the offense was last week when he said, that's on me, blah, blah, blah. And Dan goes, well, he said that plenty of time away from the podium. Well, why you're not saying it at the podium? Why would you say it offline? What you do anywhere, what you do somewhere, you do anywhere. If I'm a liar at my home, I'm a liar in the streets. Not calling the man a liar, but I'm saying a little wisdom from my wife. What you do somewhere, you'll do anywhere. So guess what? Be the same dude at the podium. That's all I'm saying. J2K says, after watching all 22, it's crazy how deep all the wide receivers are running on many of these plays versus the defense and pass rush. That's why I need a bomb. I need a bomb sound. By next show, I'm going to have a bomb sound. I'm going to have a bomb sound for the show. Y'all dropping knowledge up in here. J2, I can't even, I'm so excited. I can't even talk. Y'all dropping knowledge in here. I need a bomb sound for the show. Who else? Dr. True. Dropping knowledge. Dr. True. J2K. Gotta throw that back up there, man. After watching all 22, it's crazy how deep all the wide. Simple things you can look at. Holds the ball. Well, if the route is, I'm trying not to cuss. If the route is 15 yards and I need 2 for the first down, if the route is 15 yards and I need 2 for the first down, what do you expect the kid to do? Run for the first down. Because the receiver ain't even broke yet. He ain't even looking back for the ball. Come on, man. They got mad at me on the Barroom Network on the post-game show because I told them, I said, how many of y'all are watching beyond the live game broadcast of the film? I'm not expecting everybody to be a football savant, schematics expert. Guess what? That's nerd. That's nerd football nerd stuff reserved for people that have a passion for it. I don't expect anybody to do that. But guess what? I expect if you have a major platform, yes, I expect for you to watch beyond the live broadcast of the game. If you are in the beat room, I expect for you to watch beyond the live broadcast of the game. If you got press credentials, I expect. See, the problem is we probably need to break tradition because a lot of y'all are writing y'all articles as the game is going on. You're writing your publications. You got to, because guess what? You got to be first. We got to be first. We got to get it out before Paper X gets it out. I gotta be first. You'd rather be first than right, says Denzel. Denzel said that's the problem with the media. You'd rather be first than be right. So you're writing your head down, writing your article during the game based off a play that happened 2 series ago, and you're making these wild assertions and you're looking at it from a very macro level. Yes, I expect you to look at the film because it's your profession. Y'all wonder why I don't do a Monday show? You wonder why I don't do a Monday show? Because the All 22 is not out on Mondays. That's why I don't do a Monday show. Come on, man. I mean, they're stacking the box, dropping the converting blitzes every damn goddamn plays. We can we can't protect. But there you go. Come on, man. I didn't mean for today. I didn't even want today to be a rant day, bro. I was cool. I was cool. I was like, okay, man, we dropped one versus Cleveland. We are who we are. We know we got a bad OC. I know the conversations about the quarterback are going to continue. But what's different this week is the media. The media is going in. They're asking the damn players, oh, what are you doing about the quarterback situation? When one of y'all get cussed out in the locker room, don't be surprised. When you think that this locker, you can say a lot of things about this locker room, but this locker room is tight. And people being dismissive, well, players, defensive, all kinds of players, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know what? You know what doesn't happen? You know what doesn't happen? You don't have the whole league standing up and saying, y'all about to make a mistake. I'm just saying. Now I'm going to go extra hard about it because I've seen the tape. I've seen the tape. I wasn't paying attention to the noise. I'm riding for my team because we're in the season, and that's what you do when you're in the season. But I'm not worried. I wasn't worried about FOMO. I'm like, okay, all the noise, I'm bored. Let me go look at the tape. Let me go listen to this generational talent that everybody's talking about. Y'all got about 3 or 4 weeks for y'all get the full load. Because I'm not just doing Caleb Williams. Do Caleb Williams, do Drake May, I'm do Daniels. I'm going to do Michael Penix Jr. I want to see on tape how many of these dudes out here making NFL-style throws. I'm not talking about RPO, one read, balls out. I'm talking about, hey, I got to go through progressions and get the ball out like y'all expecting our quarterback to do. I want to know. Because listen, I'm standing on my tape. I'm standing on my tape. What is that in response to, Ron? He's known for the deep ball. All right. Let me skip down to the bottom. I've been ranting for a while. Y'all, I can't catch up with y'all comments going at the pace I'm going at. Somebody said locker room said it all. Locker room said it all. I'm not even putting that comment up on the screen. I'm not even putting that. I gotta take this down, man. I'm not gonna take you down, bro. I can't put that up on the screen, bro. All right. Starkey said, when it comes to JF1 criticism, they did rather be right than be correct. And all things have to fit into their narrative, which is why Weirder is fixated on defending against it. I just don't get it, bro. Either you don't know, I got to add that. Add this to my list to do. I got to add an applause. I got to add a boom sound. And I got to add the sound from Boys in the Hood that says either they don't know, they don't show, or they don't care about what's going on in the locker room and on the field. Either y'all don't know, either y'all don't know, and that's sad. It's your job to know. You get paid to know. You're supposed to be the communication channel to the fan base. So either you don't know the dude's job description and what he's supposed to do, and if or not he's doing his job, or you're somebody. You can't be both. Either you don't know or you're covering for the dude. That's all I'm saying. I like Pedro. Stand on business. Pedro says, stand on business. Business. Stand on business. How long we been going, man? I did 15 plays, bro. I don't need to see no more. Y'all know what happened with the game. We can do the defense. We can do the defense on Thursday. You can do the defense on Thursday. I don't like to do these super long shows because guess what? YouTube don't like it, the algorithm don't like it, and all that other stuff. But all I got to say, man, about the overarching theme of this 40 passes in the rain, no sequencing, a good play sequencing. The credit I will give Luke is the personnel was right. And this is what messed me up. What messed me up was we had pretty good personnel, in my opinion, throughout the game. We used the right personnel, but we used them the wrong way. We used the right personnel. We brought on 12 and 13 to protect the 40 throws we were about to make. We didn't bring on the 12 and 13 personnel, 21, 22 personnel, because we're going to attack. We're going to go after them in the run. We're going to run it down their throat. And somebody asked me this in the space. It's like Luke doesn't have that mentality. Luke don't have the dog in him, bro. He don't have the dog in him. But I'm going up against Zadarius Smith. I'm going up against Myles Garrett. I'm going up against his defense. Hey, we men out here. I'm going to test their metal. I'm going to test their metal. I'm letting the boys know. Guess what? We're going to go out there. We're going to put our hand in the dirt. They're going to put their hand in the dirt. And something got to give. Something got to give. We're not backing down from them. We're not running from them. Stop putting your team in a situation. Stop putting your offensive lineman in a situation where they get beat to hell the whole game. Why? Let me show you something. Why? Look at this crap. How do you move me out the way? Look at this crap. 40 passes in the rain. This is all you need to see right here. This is the message you sending. This is getting your offensive lineman beat to hell, right? They're sitting back catching the whole game. This is saying, I'm scared of y'all. I'm scared to run at y'all or run over y'all and run through you. Roschon Johnson, 5 carries. Justin Fields, 7. Why is he got more carries than Khalil Herbert and Deontay Foreman? Responsible for 47 plays. He's responsible for 47 plays. Let me come back on camera for this one. Responsible for 47 plays. How many other plays were out there? How many other plays were out there? 47. The quarterback get 47. Running back get 5, 9, 15, 16, 22, 20 plays. 20 plays. Everybody else gets, the quarterback gets 47 plays. What's the math on that? Come on, man. If I'm scheming against that, guess what? I'm just saying, let's just shut down the quarterback. Let's beat the quarterback. We're not worried about nobody else. Anyway. Come on, man. Why y'all get me fired up like that? Y'all always get me started, bro. Y'all get me started in the chat. I come in cool, man, and y'all get me started. Y'all get me stirred up. We're going to be back Thursday, man, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Central. I'm holding on to this quarterback. Why am I glitching?